ability to influence people. Rita in conversations about things she thinks about only in weird and occasional ways. We'll get to that in a minute. Vivian, we have some awesome people here today on Trajectory Tuesday. Who do we have?
Oh my goodness. In from Washington, D.C., we have Andre Simoneau, although he is from Denver, Colorado. He went from aerospace engineering at the University of New Hampshire to landing on business. Andre went on from sales rep at Verizon to marketing recruiter. He then built a $3 million business that crashed, lost his home, was $50K in the hole, and at the edge of bankruptcy plus divorced. 12 years later, he came back on top with over 12 million in business and is a sought-after financial expert and speaker, VP at 5 Rings Financial and partner at Life Made to Order Financial. He's also created a 32-state online virtual education sales agency and is on a mission to offer free education, whether it's tax insurance or life insurance and anything to preserve your finances so you can have financial freedom. So welcome, Andre.
Andre, welcome.
Thank you.
Andre, I am present to the reality that you, my friend, understand the power of the stage and the microphone. Am I hearing you and what your life stands for correctly?
Absolutely.
Yes, that is present for me. And thanks so much for being here. And how about a fun fact about you?
I took bucket list item was to build a house. And in 2005-06, I took 2 years off, built a house in Breckenridge, Colorado on the top of a mountain, much to the dismay of the architect who said, "You're not allowed to build this house." And I said, "Oh yeah, watch." And so I hired 4 of my friends and we did everything. And today that house is still standing, still there, fabulous. And the architect was like, "Wow, I can't believe you pulled that off." And
I hear a rebel is in the house, Sean.
A rebel's in the house. So Andre, though, we should not be telling the zoning board in Breckenridge. Is that what I'm hearing?
no, actually the zoning board showed up for every little thing, gave me all the little check marks. He just, the architect, fancy guy from Vail was like, "What have you built before?" And I was like, "I built this deck. See this deck? I built this once." And I figured if one man can, then any man can. So anytime we hit a roadblock, I went to Home Depot and grabbed the books and studied and figured it out. No big deal.
That's it, brother. Modeling, time blocking, vertical innovation, and at all times measuring and monitoring. So I hear it. Awesome job. So thank you.
All I know is that I saw a very fancy shirt with a cool cuff and I loved it. Thank you, Andre. We have Micah Schenger from Silverthorne, Colorado. Micah Schenger is CEO and neurotherapist at Amazing Brains Neurofeedback and is co-founder of Restorative Adventures. His mission is to help high performers and entrepreneurs reconnect with themselves and the natural world, which he feels is the only way to optimize brain function. A passion for him, which he shares as host of the Amazing Brains podcast. Micah studied sociology and philosophy from the University of Denver, Sean, and then he went on to get his master's in wilderness therapy at Naropa University. And over the past decade, he's helped at-risk kids to high-end entrepreneurs reach flow state. He's also the author of a few flow ebooks, and his latest is titled The Flow Recipe. So welcome, Micah Schenger.
Thank you. It's
Micah,
good to be here.
Micah, thanks for being here today. What began your passion for studying like neural connections and myelin and fun and crazy things like that?
I think for a lot of us, it's the journey we wish we had as a kid, and struggling with a lot of like learning disabilities, focus, attentional stuff, and then finding what actually unlocked that and helped me get through graduate school and watch it, how it changed all our clients' life. So we don't have to pathologize, we don't have to stigmatize. We can help people actually have fun and perform their best. If that's, someone who's a nonverbal kid who's on the autism spectrum or somebody who's just trying to go out there and crush it, we can still go and treat them as a human and, help them live better and have like long-term outcomes that are just wonderful.
Loving it, Micah. And how about yourself? Fun fact.
Fun fact. Oh, goodness. When you were talking, for some reason, I was thinking I ran a veggie oil cooperative. So we used to convert diesels into veggie oil and off a little farm up in northern Washington. So that was a fun fact that I don't talk much about.
Yes, I'm hearing leadership present, Micah, Andre, making things happen, creating in the world. It's an honor and a pleasure, Micah, to have you here as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Vivian, we got some judges for Andre and Micah.
We have a bubbly one from Boston. Her name is Pamela Barter, and she's in the house. Went from delivering pizza to becoming a serial entrepreneur, real estate mogul, host, and author. She's been featured on ABC, NBC, Dr. Oz Show, Forbes, Time, Radio Entrepreneurs, the Boston Globe, and more. Pamela is the founder of the Mosh Group, Mosh Constructions. I'm probably butchering this name, Mosky Development and Bee Blazers, which she created with the goal to improve quality of life. She's also the host of Apple's new and noteworthy podcast, The Underdog Show, where she interviews the underdogs, their struggles, breakthroughs, and how they achieve success beyond their dreams. And she's also co-author of Cracking the Rich Code alongside Jim Brett, Kevin Harrington, and Tony Robbins. So welcome, Pamela Barter.
Wow.
It's an honor to be here with all of you. Thank you so much.
Pamela, how are you?
I am doing lovely, Sean. How are you, my friend?
I am doing wonderfully. How have things been post Utah?
Oh man, crazy and amazing. Crazy and amazing. Building out the team, scaling up.
Wait, are you talking about Bella Verita?
Both of you are
Oh, no,
amazing.
you said crazy and amazing. So I thought maybe that's what you were referring to.
Amen to her. Yes. Yes.
So wonderful, incredible, Pamela. And how about a fun fact about you? Yeah.
Absolutely. So a fun fact is that English is actually my third language.
Wow.
What?
What are
And
the other languages?
Yeah, what are the first two?
First is Albanian. That's my home native language. And then second is Italian. And then it's English.
Wow. That's impressive.
Io parlo un poco di italiano.
I can understand better than I can speak, but yes.
Amazing. So
After a
thank you,
couple of
Pamela,
glasses
for
of
being
wine,
here.
no big deal.
Yeah, Pamela and I met at in Chris Crone's convention center in his Omni program. Chris is a dear friend. In fact, Chris was on our What is Unblinded Real Raw last night, Pamela. So this is a beautiful intersection once again.
Yes, I was on last night. It was amazing. You guys did a wonderful job at last night's summit.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Appreciate you very, very much. So Pamela's in the house. We got some other judges, Vivian, as well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
you're
wait,
not
did we go
gonna
fun
forget-
fact? Did we get fun fact?
I don't know. Did we? Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think so.
What's your fun fact?
My fun fact?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that English is my third language.
Oh, you did. We did go that fun fact. How about this? You want one more fun fact? What is something that you would not want to tell anybody in the world? Because despite the fact that many people will see this, we could all just pretend that nobody ever will. So it's like the deepest, darkest, most embarrassing secret, Pamela, you've ever had. That would be a fun fact.
Oh God, deep.
I'm kidding. So what would be something maybe a
That would
little
have been
lighter,
juicy.
a little lighter than that?
I'm gonna share this with you. I actually used to DJ in college, and we used to have some crazy parties. So that is pretty much.
That is fun.
We used to have police there every weekend. Like it was wild.
That's
Yeah.
my kind of party.
So yes, there's the deep dark secret and a fun fact. Another one.
Very nice. Were you ever arrested, Pamela?
No, luckily no. Luckily no.
Should you have been arrested, Pamela?
Could I have been? Probably, because I was the host. Yes.
Amazing. So Vivian, we got like raves going, and we got some other judges.
We have a global drop in today from Copenhagen. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Ranjana Maria Venegard. She spent nearly 20 years in international aviation as an operations manager and is a quadrilingual, Pamela, mediator and adoption transformation specialist, coach, and speaker. She's proud of her work in helping adoptive families cope in their new environment and is the author of One Voice, which talks about the empowering life lessons about adoption. Welcome, Ranjana.
Thank you.
Ranjana, welcome. How? And I want to pronounce it correctly. It's Ranjana.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Ranjana, thank you so much for being here. And how are things in like Copenhagen? And what is everybody over there thinking about the things that are happening like over here?
Good question. I have to speak from my bottom of my heart. And I mean, the last 3-4 months, what happened in the US has been sad to watch, to be honest. And not only with the guy that died, that was shot, but also what have happened with Trump. So, and I know our politicians in Denmark have actually take their step back and really praying for a better future for United States as well, of praying for the people in United States. And also with the whole COVID situation in United States has been horrifying to watch from abroad. But now it's actually turned around. So the whole Europe is locked down almost. And I see that my good friends and my all over the US, I have a huge network in the United States. And I see that have the more freedom now that we have here in Europe. So I'm really grateful for you guys that everything is improving in the United States. I'm excited for the new president and see how that's going to impact the world and what he can do for the world. And also to have Kamala Harris as a vice president as well. As an Asian woman from India, I am, honored to see her as a first-time vice president as an Asian woman. So that I'm really grateful for that and see how they too can improve the world.
Amazing,
and make a
Marjana.
difference.
Thank you so much for that deep share and beautiful share. And how
Thank
about
you.
a fun fact?
Okay. I was, when you were asking the others about it, and said, "What's funny about me?" I don't know. I mean, I'm really funny, but one thing I have to say is that people never know where I'm from because I'm from India, but I was adopted to Denmark. So I speak 4 languages. But when I walk anywhere in the world, people will never know where I'm from because I don't have a Danish accent when I speak English. I don't have an Indian accent when I speak. And I don't have a completely American accent, but most people actually think some from America. But I love that to be invisible, and that's what I love. It's funny, people can never see where I'm from. It's it's a great way.
I certainly went. Bella, would you have known where
I
Marjana?
definitely would not have known for sure.
Yes. And
Yeah.
and what 4 languages do you speak?
Danish, English, French, and German.
But you
Right.
also speak some sort of Asian language because you're Indian. So do you speak Hindi or?
I don't
No?
know. I came to Denmark when I was 8.5 months. So I grew up with a Danish family, but I can basically pick up any languages in the world by being in the country for 2 weeks, 1 month, because
Wow.
I'm a very curiosity person. So I love spending my time with the culture where I'm traveling in. So I went to Italy one time with to visit 4 friends. They didn't speak one word of English, but I had the most funny vacation my entire life. I don't know how we managed to speak communicate, but what I can do is I can change the French language into Italian by just changing the letters. And that way somehow we understood each other. And it was the most fun vacation I ever had in my life, even though we couldn't communicate.
Well, Marjana, I am present to that. And a quick footnote, one of my dad's favorite friends he ever met on vacation was somebody that all he did with was drink all day. And the guy spoke French. My dad speaks no French. And they drank all week, loved hanging out with each other, and never understood one word they said together. So like that happened.
I love that. That's such a great story, Sean.
Thank you for sharing that, Sean.
And
I'm really
not shocking if you know my wonderful father, who I love, but yes. So Vivian, please.
My God, we have the last guest. He's going to introduce himself. His name is Lance Mcgee from Energy Serve. I see it in the background. So welcome, Lance.
How are you doing? Quick
Wonderful.
introduction. 15 years in the restaurant industry. Worked for Brinker. Opened up Chili's brands all across the Midwest. Loved that job, but anybody who knows people in the restaurant industry, you marry the job or you actually get married. I chose to get married and moved on and got a degree in business. Started college when I was 27. Met my beautiful wife. Got into sales and worked in the energy industry for 12 years on the commercial side. And decided to start helping customers myself. So I started a brokerage firm. We help customers all over the country in deregulated energy markets, gas and electric. We help take the pain out of buying power. So we negotiate on your behalf. We work for our customers directly. We are a middleman, but we join your team. We really do try to help increase your net operating income while taking the stress out of buying your power. So that's what our firm does.
Excellent. So I could use a little bit more energy, Lance. So can you help me buy some more energy, please?
I can do that.
Thank you. I'd be deeply appreciative. How about a fun fact, my friend?
Fun fact, I have two beautiful children, one 11, one 2.5 years old, and they are both adopted, going back to John.
Oh,
Beautiful, and congratulations. And Lance, thank you for being here. All of our judges, Lance, Ranjana, Pamela, thank you for being here. We're ready to rock it almost, because Vivian, we have a role player in the house.
We sure do. She's got beautiful colors in the background. I feel unicorn energy. She's the sales sorceress. She built a multiple seven-figure real estate company, becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. She places more women salespeople than anyone else in the country at Align Sales, where she's CEO. She happens to be Bella Verica.
The sales sorceress is in the building. What's up, Bella?
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today? And what is a fun fact about you, Bella?
I am extraordinary. And my fun fact, since we're talking about parties and all the things and, being arrested, is I have been in the back of a cop car, but I've never been arrested.
I don't know if we want to know the rest of that story.
Oh my God, I did too. I gotta share that fun fact. I do also. And you want to know how I ended up in the back of a car? A police
How did you end up in the back of a car?
I don't know if we want to know that either.
Yes, you do
Not
want to know.
Unblinded After Dark. This is not Unblinded After Dark. Thank you.
So I was running at towards Marina Del Rey because I lived in California for like 10 years. So I was by coastal. And I was so tired that I couldn't walk anymore. So I asked the cop to give me a ride to where I lived. So I ended up in the backseat of a car, police car.
Amazing.
Isn't that cool? I just
Her story is slightly more PG than mine.
Okay, so Bella, yes, please.
So I was also walking home, and I was walking home with my underage younger sister who was using my fake ID to get into bars. And I had taken her bar hopping in Laguna Beach, and we were both drunk walking home. And apparently we were too drunk to even walk. And so some very nice cops came and picked us up and gave us a ride back to my condo in Laguna Beach.
Yes, I have a lot of friends that are athletes, and as a college baseball player, Division I for 4 years, somehow I've never known anybody that's my buddies that has ever had a police officer help drive them home, Bella. So that's just an interesting coincidental fact.
Yes.
So amazing. So congratulations, Bella, on your joining Vivian, the back of police cars. Vivian, what's happening?
Well, before we get there, I think everyone should know that Sean Callagy went from one of America's top trial attorneys to achieve 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, and we're only talking the last 5 years, to becoming one of the top influencers in the world, and he just happens to appear on national TV because he can. He then became Chief Visionary Officer of Unblinded Sales Mastery, created this experiential platform, aka The Real Raw, that we're all here to do, to showcase the formula he's been curating for the past 23 years. So what is The Real Raw? This that we're doing right now, this shared experience where you're invited to step onto the stage, grab the mic, and share your authentic self with the hotbed of talent in front of you. Your aim is to align your purpose with others in an organic way in order to form ecosystems. And just like that, you create more magic in less time, and make boatloads of money in the process. Right, Sean?
Vivian? Yes. So posting and praying, pitching, hooking, closing, funneling, acceleration through integrous influence, adding more value than we receive, creating exponential leverage by joining forces with others is how every company, Facebook, Amazon, all of them. I don't think Facebook got built on running social media ads. I think Facebook got built on creating an incredible strategy to ecosystem merge with people, as is Clubhouse, as has Amazon, as did Bill Gates when they realized that, you know what? We should probably hang on to this like software, not just, sell it to these people and license it to every computer and join forces. So the leveraged power of understanding integrous influence value exchange is how business is built and accelerated at the highest level. That's what we stand for, and have some fun in the Real Raw. And that is, yes, what we're doing here today. And so Vivian, I'm so grateful for you every single day. The energy, the love, the passion. Who wouldn't want, guys, Vivian rolling with them and introducing you like she did today? So Vivian, that is you. We are immensely grateful, and thank you.
Thank you. I love being here with all of you. Have fun.
Thank you, Vivian.
Bella Burita,
Yes, sir.
from the back of police cars to like #1 business brokerness, standing for women, sales, and influence in the world. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Let's drop in. Who's going
Let's do
first?
it. I would love to start with Andre today. I'm super interested to find out more.
All right, Andre, Bella can be herself, any sales avatar, like ideal client, charitable foundation, or a specific person, anybody you want. The key distinction is that you want to go from hello to yes about something with that person. So who would you like Bella to be, Andre?
Bella, be you.
Okay,
Like your full, authentic, aligned sales unicorn you.
great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So Bella, can you be you?
I'm going to do my very, very best.
All right. Andre, Bella's ready to be her. Take us in.
And let's meet on an airplane. Like we're flying somewhere. Just
Oh
to
my
make
God,
it like,
I love
who
it.
knows? Where are we flying to? What airplane did I happen to get onto?
I want to go to Australia. Can we go to Australia?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go.
Perfect. And then just, yeah, do you want me to start right then and there? Is that how we do it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just jump in? All right.
Excuse me, would you guys like a drink? Coke, Diet Coke? We can pay for drinks. Like, which would it be, sir?
Can I have some that sparkling wine that you got back there
Yes.
or
I would-
up front there?
Yes. And
That'd be great. Bella, can I get you a drink too?
Yeah, I would definitely love some champagne.
Okay. Excellent. So I'll be right back, please.
Bella, what's got you on this airplane all the way to Australia?
I am running away.
What are you
America
running
has gone crazy, and Australia has always been on my bucket list. And so I'm just off to jump off bridges and swim with sharks.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And where are you running from? Well, I mean, I know we caught this flight going from New York, but is that where you're originally from?
I'm originally from Texas.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
so did you fly Texas here to New York, or where's your last week? That's where you're living.
Yeah, in Texas to New York. And then
what do you do that's giving you this freedom, this ability to just jump ship and head to Australia?
Yeah, so I have a remote sales staffing agency. And so before the pandemic, we were staffing remote salespeople. And so during the pandemic, our business, basically doubled, tripled. And so it has afforded me to, be able to grow and scale and travel. And I've mostly spent the entire year actually traveling. And now that Australia is open back up and we can travel, then now I'm off to the Great Reef.
Nice. And what part of that unicorn did you do when the pandemic happened that made it so that you could double, triple, and quadruple? Or some people were like, oh, what was me? This sucks.
Yeah, I think because we serve primarily online entrepreneurs, and people who already had online businesses before the pandemic grew quite extensively during the pandemic. So they were hiring more salespeople, and we primarily staff female sales professionals. And so we kind of have a niche in the market. And so we were able to help a lot of women get jobs this year.
Nice. That's interesting. I guess it was probably 10 or 12 years ago when the stock market crashed and I found myself out of business, asking two questions. What am I going to do when I grow up? And who didn't teach me about money? I set out on this path to learn about money. And as I fixed my almost bankrupt situation, I found that today my best client is women. For some reason, I just kind of gel with women and I get an opportunity to create inflection points in their lives and teach them that mindset about money is what's so important, and then guide them on a path of doing that. So that's neat. How did you end up doing women? How did you, or working with women primarily?
Yeah, I too have a very strong passion for teaching women financial independence through sales.
Mm-hmm. Might be a fun place for us to connect when we're back from Australia. Love to share what I've been teaching and using the virtual stage nationwide to teach women and teach folks about protecting their money and how to have that right mindset.
Yeah, I would love to learn more. I've got to run to the restroom real quick. So let me run to the restroom and I'll be right back.
I won't drink your champagne. I'll save it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You got it.
Excellent. Nice work, Andre. How'd that feel for you?
Good. It's yeah.
Excellent. So let us proceed. Bella, which way are we going from here?
We are going over to Mcgee. Right?
Micah.
What do you mean? Where are we going from here?
Mika, you ready?
Mika. Sorry, Mika. Is that
Yeah,
that
Mika.
what you're asking
Micah.
me? Mike. Okay. I'm gonna get
It's
this
all
right.
good.
Micah. And I really like that name. Micah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Micah.
Who would you like Bella to be?
I feel like I want to play off the initial one because that was just so fun. I'd like you to be yourself as a potential investor in a project, and perhaps we're meeting on an airplane as you're going to the bathroom in line, and we're diverting the said airplane to Costa Rica because
Are you hijacking Andre's conversation? Are you like,
is that not? I don't
are
know
you
what's
C
allowed. It
blocking
just sounded
Andre
fun.
on an airplane? Is that what's happening?
That's not the intention. It just sounded fun.
Mike and I work together. We'll just trade off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Micah,
Or we
Bella's
can do it something totally different. It just seemed to work. So
No, Bella's ready. She's coming back in the airplane, and you've taken Andre's seat. Let's roll.
hey, hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Yeah,
You're
doing well.
new.
Yeah. Yes, I am new. I'm new and excited to meet you. We're just heading down to Costa Rica to build a flow performance lab actually. Where are you off to?
Well, apparently I'm going to Costa Rica. I thought I was going to Australia, but I've diverted and gone to Costa Rica in the middle of my flight. But Costa Rica sounds fun. I'm going
Yeah.
to this, like, it's been a really, stressful couple of weeks, and just going to do some yoga, probably some ayahuasca, and clear my head.
Oh heck yeah. Have you journeyed before, or is this like something yeah.
I have journeyed before, yes.
Nice. Oh cool. I'm really curious how that experience was for you.
It was a breakthrough experience. In that experience, I literally experienced my own death and came out the other side. And on the other side of it was like, who do I want to be in the world? Like, I get to write my story. I get to decide who I want to be in the world. And like, in that experience of like the death to the old self was a coming back into reality of like, from here, I get to choose. So it was really powerful.
That sounds really wonderful and quite empowering.
Yes. I've had a couple
Is that-
journeys like that actually, because my name is not actually my birth name. About 5 or 6 years ago, I had some other stuff was going on in my life, and I had just decided like my old stories were not going to be my stories anymore, and so I changed my name and decided that I was going to create new stories.
I love that. I love it. Just like living proof that we can actually write our own story and heal and change and grow and create. I love hearing that. And what are you doing with that kind of passion these days? That new sense of self.
Yeah, I would say, I believe in magic. And so I think that there has always been like a belief of like I couldn't have it all. And part of my story that I am writing now is like, I can have it all.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's actually why I'm on this airplane to head down to Costa Rica, because we're wanting to integrate and help people have it all, not just people like yourselves that might be flying down, but also local people, and giving them access to cutting edge science and multimodal approaches that might include some jungle medicine as well.
Oh, I like it.
Really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. So I'm not sure who's going to be here when I get back, but either way, would definitely love to continue this conversation and see where this journey takes us.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Micah, excellent job, my friend. Appreciate it. How'd that feel for you?
That was fun. I mean, I maybe didn't understand setting up the context. So sorry to step on your toes, Andre, but it was a fun conversation.
It was totally fun.
Great.
So,
We just nonstop have fun here.
I'll get on an airplane and trade back and forth with you clients, Micah, any day.
oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
So let's drop in. Pamela, we're going to give 30 seconds of feedback on that round for how listening was opened, like curiosity was tweaked, scale of 1 to 10, 30 seconds, 15 seconds will work, 15 seconds on what can be optimized. Pamela, what do you have for Andre?
Oh, for Andre, I really loved how personable you were and how you kept the conversation sort of going. You were weaving in and out of the conversation really lightly, which I thought was beautiful. And I thought your close went really well. I would say probably the only thing that I would suggest is like giving a little bit more clarity on what the ask was, because I didn't really pick up on that as you were talking. I just love the way you weaved in all of like the framework. I just think the context of the closing was probably the only thing that I had a question on.
And your score is?
9.6.
Nice. And what did you have for Micah? Countdown 25 seconds.
So Micah, you did an awesome job as well. I would say a little bit more energy in your speech. I thought you handled it really well. The approach was awesome. And I would say the same thing, kind of a little bit more clarity on the ask. You did sort of specify it a little bit better. I thought that was fantastic. So I would just say a little bit more energy and a little bit more confidence. And I think you would have rocked that, because I thought your context was perfect.
And your score is?
9.5.
Nice. Excellent. Ranjana, what'd you have for Andre?
Hi. So this is my first time being judged in this forum, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Andre, I love what you were sharing, but also for me, clarity is power. And also when you want to go from yes to no, my feeling is, you want to create clarity for the person you're speaking to, and actually in the closing, get the clarity of what is it you want to close, and really the outcome from the conversation as well.
And your score is?
9.
Nice. And what did you have from Micah?
Micah, I also love your energy, and I also love your share with Bella. Also, I noticed the same thing with Andre, the purpose of the outcome and then the clarity of where you want to go in the conversation have to be more clarified. But I love what you're sharing. I love the way you can conversate with people. I love you have the connection and heart with you as well, like Andrea has.
Nice.
And your score is?
Yeah.
8.
All right. Thank you, Rosanna. Lance, what do you have, my friend, for Andre?
Andre, you really relate with people. I mean, you got really on the same level as she was, if that makes any sense. I do the same thing. You mirror people very well. I really enjoyed that. And I like how you twisted back into the conversation about your business. It could have been a little bit more, almost like the other two judges, more acute at the end as to where your ask was. 9.1.
Nice. Excellent. And remember, judges, with Andre, there's a second round coming up. So he was initially building rapport, is coming back, but thank you. And yeah, please, Lance, what did you have for Micah?
Micah, same thing on the rapport. Definitely great conversation. It wasn't as focused, if I might, as we're trying to get there in 3 minutes. Dealing with executives, you're dealing with people all over the place, and you don't have a lot of time. Honing that conversation a little bit more to where you're trying to go while you're relating to someone. So great job. 8.8.
Nice. Excellent work. Bella, are you ready for round 2?
I am ready.
Excellent. Andre, quick question.
Am I going to Costa Rica or am I going back to Australia?
Who knows where you're going, Bella Verita? You will decide as this round continues, for sure. So, Andre, quick question. In the space that you're in, so are you actually in financial services?
I am.
Okay, awesome. And so I have a quick fun story. So if I were to tell you that we have a client, partner and friend and Unblinded, that was
more my friend than yours, but
more Bella's friend than mine.
He started as Sean's friend, then I claimed him.
And then Bella claimed him. That is very, very true. Right. So that went from 8 qualified sales meetings, meaning, and we distinguish between marketing team and sales meetings, as marketing is all of the activity that you do to generate a sit down or a phone call or the click of a button to say yes. Sales meetings defined as the opportunity to say yes or no to purchase services. So under that context for sales meetings, this gentleman, Rob, had 8 sales meetings a month, like Ocho, 8. and he did quite well. He made between $500,000 and $1 million a year. And where would I lose you in terms of thinking? The first number that you would think I was fibbing to you if I told you that it was a number per month, like the 8 grew to this number, but what's the first number that you would think I was exaggerating or fibbing, that's not really the number of monthly sales meetings that he grew to in the course of 18 months with no paid advertising?
I don't know that you would lose me because it's just a matter of finding the right client. In order to have the income be that jump, you can still do the same 8. It's just a matter of finding.
I don't think their questions.
Yeah, sorry. It wasn't an income number. It was a total number of monthly sales meetings. So he went from 8 sales meetings per month to a higher number of sales meetings per month. What number? We'll have a little fun poll. What number would, was like the first number, not like $1 million. I mean, it's ridiculous, obviously.
Yeah.
Like a number that you'd be like, I don't think so.
30 times 4, 120. If you told me you went to 150, I'd say he was nuts.
Okay. Micah, what number would you say? First number that you would say, nah.
I was gonna say like 80, but
Okay.
yeah.
Pamela, what number? First number you'd say, nah.
500.
Look at you, breaking the curve. Ranjana, what number for you?
120.
How many?
120.
120. Okay. I thought this was like The Price is Right. You're going for like 520, like lowest bid without going over wins, or highest bid.
511.
Lance, what number for you?
121.
Okay. In November, Bella Verita, do you know what number Rob Gill had in November, Bella?
In November? Oh, I don't know the November number.
Okay. It was 650 sales meetings in the month of November. So that's the power of like ecosystem merging, creating leverage, scaled this team from, I think, 3 people to now 16 people. So yeah, just extraordinariness is present.
Is that what the formula is?
That is what the formula is, Bella Verita.
I've heard about this formula thing.
If you would start doing your homework, like, my goodness, what could possibly happen?
If I started doing my homework.
I am teasing you. Bella is.
But I wasn't a good student. I was a high school dropout. I didn't do homework then. What makes you think I'm going to do homework now?
I am clear and present to your ability to avoid doing homework and still create extraordinary, unthinkable, unfathomable results in the world. So yes.
Although I was not feeling good over the weekend, and you know what I did do?
What did you do?
I watched the 30 Days to Influence Mastery for the second time.
That is amazing of you.
Which is a course by Unblinded, a course that Sean did, by the way.
Yes. And I'm quite certain though, Bella, as you watched it, you were clear on how much better you could do at doing it. Was that true or not true?
That might have been true.
So
it definitely might have. I mean, my Real Raw is waitlisted.
That is amazing. You are Bella Verita. So let's go this round. Let's go Micah first. So Micah, you and Lance are like fighting, wrestling over seats. Lance all of a sudden accidentally hit his head. There's like air shooting out of something that's overhead. They've taken him to the back of the room with security, like that person from Homeland that flies in the planes. And now you're back to sitting with Bella. So are you ready, Micah?
I think we all need to take a quick deep breath and just like assess scene safety first. But yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. Also, Lance, if you need some TBI recovery, let me know.
Let's have some champagne. Let's pop some chocolate and head to Costa Rica.
Yes.
Sweet, I'm in.
Or like Necker Island, perhaps. So.
Yeah, you didn't get the whole chocolate part, so we'll just keep that between Mike and I.
Yes, I am. Yeah. So Micah, 3 minutes, take us in.
I think Andre got it too.
Is this our last round? Like this is I'm
like
sorry,
Journey,
I'm not.
There's like Journey is present. I'm like, yes, I'm getting it, Bella Verita. My level 5 is showing.
And what's the purpose of the round?
This round is to get to the ultimate yes. So whatever the yes is that you're seeking in this round. This round is to share more about you, your heroic, unique identity, the dynamics of satisfying whatever you're opening up in the first round to move to a yes. The yes does not have to be Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. The yes could simply be for a longer meeting. That's all. So, Micah, are you ready?
Yes.
Please take us in.
Cool.
Hi, Mike. I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Did you hear the commotion?
It sounded a little crazy.
Cool. Well, let's enjoy some chocolates, have a little champagne, and if you're open to it, I'd love to tell you a little bit more about our performance lab.
I would love to hear about it.
Sweet. Well, one of our big pieces that, I have this company, Amazing Brains, and I've been working as a neurotherapist as well.
Amazing Brains. What a great name.
Thank you. Yeah, we're located in Colorado and have 3 locations and contracts with a couple hospitals, private equity groups, and the special forces. So it's been a lot of fun, and we're actually trying to branch out into creating a flow performance lab that would integrate all the modalities that we do back home, but also have some special offerings like ayahuasca and psilocybin, where we can be publishing research on our treatments, but also be doing it legally so we can contribute to the scientific literature. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the trip down to Costa Rica, and yeah.
Are you
excited be
planning to
journeying
move
with
to
you.
Costa Rica?
We are in conversations about being down there a good part of the year. Yes.
Can I move with you?
Absolutely. I
Do you
think that's the piece.
Do you need sales teams? Like I could build out your sales teams there.
That would be beautiful. I think actually that would be a really a good thing that as maybe I've gotten some feedback in the past, that learning to be more direct and learning how to engage that process and getting my numbers from 80 calls a month to 600 would actually be really fun and pretty supportive for us.
Yeah, there's a program that could help you do that. But I'm sure that's not why we're talking. But there's definitely a program that could help you go from 6 sales meetings to 650 for sure.
Well, and that's the big piece of why we are talking is I'm curious if you'd want to partner either strategically or as well as financially, because as we're looking at doing this build out, we're wanting to make sure that it's accessible, not just to someone like yourself that might be traveling. And we're trying to answer, how can you dive in, really ground and heal, but also take that home with you? But also, how can we support the local community so that the people living in San Jose and Costa Rica are actually able to access these same modalities at an affordable cost to them?
Definitely. I mean, I'm definitely interested. If your plan can show me how you can go from 8 sales meetings a month to 600 sales meetings a month, I would definitely be interested in talking, because then I would be able to see the growth and scale of the company. But it definitely, I love the name. I love what you stand for. I love what you're teaching. And so maybe taking a look at like a business plan or something like that. And I might know some other people as well.
Would you like to sit down and have coffee? I know we have meetings with Oracle while we're down there about partnering with them. So there is some strategic alliance in Costa Rica. And, if you'd love to have coffee, I'd love to meet with you and run through the numbers. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Micah.
Excellent, Micah.
Yeah.
So the plane is like on its way to Costa Rica, and then Andre is broken free. The plane is being redirected to Australia. Andre, you're back. Bella is ready. There's like mayhem on the airplane. Please take it.
Bella, here's your champagne. I've been holding it for you.
Thank you so much.
I actually drank the first one. This is the second one, so
it feels cold. Thank you for making sure I had cold champagne. That's very thoughtful of you.
Absolutely. Well, while you were gone, I was thinking, one of the things I've done in the past is partnered with companies, partnered with some of the CEOs to offer financial information, mindset, a little movement within a company. I've learned that if the people that you work with, the people that you're aligned with, that you help put in positions, the more information, the better that they can feel about their money. And I found that there's no shortage of people that want to learn about money, the better they'll feel about you. And I've come to this conclusion and this understanding that part of my role on the planet is to create inflection points with folks. And I'm really good, I've noticed, with women in teaching them about money, mindset, and protecting their money. And I wondered, I'd love to take the opportunity to share with you what I do and see if it might be a fit for every woman that comes through your office, every person that you have an interaction with, that I could then create an inflection point in their life around their money, their mindset, and protection. And all of those women would look to you and be like, wow, Bella did that for me.
Yeah, I would definitely love to hear more about that. And what I'm hearing is I get to be a hero to my agents.
Absolutely. That's hero school is a necessity for us in the entrepreneurial world. And as you've already shown that you build sales teams and you find people, you're really good at that people end of it. And I'd love to be able to show up and show my end of hero ability around the money and the mindset and make you look exceptionally good to the folks that you already interact with.
Thank you. I love it. I
Yeah.
appreciate that so much.
So I'd love to get together with you and probably share what I teach and let you have the aha moments that my clients have. And if that fits for you, I'd like to do the next step, which is treat you like a client. If that fits for you, then we talk about world domination and how I virtually show up in every one of your clients' living rooms, homes, phones, cars, however it works for them.
Beautiful. I like it. Thank you so much. I would love to continue this conversation.
I don't need any more time.
Okay.
Excellent. So excellent work, Andre. How'd that feel for you?
It felt great.
Okay, awesome. So let's lean on this. So Andre, could I be you?
Yeah.
And you be Bella? I think what you did was an outstanding job. I have a couple of thoughts, on that. So yeah, would that be cool?
That'd be cool. So I'll be Bella.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Can you channel your inner Bella?
Yes.
So there we go. Inner Bella.
Oh,
So,
wait.
Glasses. There they are.
Outstanding. All right. So Bella, welcome back. Forgive me. The rudeness of Micah, the insanity of the mayhem on this plane. This is nothing that a lady should be seeing or feeling. So my apologies for just the general insanity. We have settled things, and can we continue our conversation? And again, not only do you have your champagne, you have your journey-like chocolate and a couple of strawberries. So forgive me, I pulled these out of my bag and made it through security with them. So Bella, please.
Well done. I'm so impressed.
Yes, thank you. So I think the space of relationship creation sits in the experiential. And and again, my name is Andre, so we're not confused with Micah. He's over there. What I've realized is something that I'm present to that I heard you speaking about, which is the power of the stage and the microphone. And the reason it's so powerful, as you're well aware, is because we create these experiential dynamics that create deep emotional rapport, that open listening by bringing present to people things that they're not clear and aware of, right? So, Bella, I know you stand for women in selling. I know your mission is to create empowerment and their acceleration. So when I share the concept of women and money, what comes up for you? Like, what comes up for you? What comes up generally about women and money in your energy and space?
Comfort, groundedness, security, safety, balance.
Okay.
I can have whatever I want.
Amazing. And most of the female entrepreneurs that you work with, do you think these are folks that have, like, how would you, if you had one word to describe where their net worth is and their awareness of money and its compounding effects? Like, what would one word be that would come up for you?
Awareness.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
And so, and right now, what types of dynamics are you approaching in your work about income accumulation? I hear sales acceleration, and I'm presuming that you're causing the people you work with to grow their top line and their bottom line. So they're generating more income that's disposable. Am I hearing you correctly?
It definitely fits. The more that we teach, the more that they learn. As their income goes up, they find that they have more money to spend and more money to create with and to do the things that they want.
Oh, awesome. And so what's the ultimate vision for a client that you work with? You increase their sales, and what's the ultimate vision for what they're freeing? Like, what friction they're freeing, what transformation is happening in their life? Like, what's there for you about that?
It's giving them self-love. It's giving them the opportunity to realize that they did this, that they found a process, and by me standing behind them and growing them and giving them the experience, that they found themselves and they found their hero-ness and their bigness of who they are, because I help them to learn.
And what's so present for me, Bella, is your heart and your desire to create acceleration for women
and your fun energy. Because like when you kicked like Micah, when like all the craziness was going on, like that was made present for me. So you're like truly a Renaissance woman of empowerment. And thank you for like redirecting this plane to Australia, by the way.
Absolutely. Thank you. I receive.
Yeah. And so what can I share just in this final, 30 to 45 seconds we have, just a little bit about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went through this incredible transition where I lost everything. And what I became clear about was the power of money and its effect on suffering in a capitalist structure. Like money doesn't equal happiness, but there's a dynamic of freedom in a capitalist world that is connected. Can you feel that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the work that I stand for is this, that every single person with an unexamined approach to their selling, which you know, an unexamined approach to their body, which we all know, but also an unexamined approach to their money equals massive deletion, dilution, and distortion, enormous gaps. And the challenge with money is that 90+% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, whether they make $1 million a year or 50,000. And what my work stands for is the creation of what I would call a money machine that compounds over time to give people the freedom from entrepreneurship and work, but to have choice in it, which I think is exactly what your work stands for as well. Does that resonate?
Yeah, I feel like you're the helium in my balloon.
Yeah. And so just a final thought is this. I believe that there's added value by people coming together and creating programming that opens up listening and adds value. And what I would love to do is create one program. And if I don't blow your mind with what is caused through that program in my delivery, in the resonance, in my edification of you, but also the value add for the clients that you give me the privilege of bringing to the party. And by the way, I will bring 5 women entrepreneurs. You bring 5, I bring 5 as a beta test. And if I don't blow their minds, then blow me up on the internet saying, I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm full of it. You will not be sorry. And all I ask is, if this beta goes right, that we massively expand together to take this to all of your clients and the world. Your thoughts?
That sounds, yeah. So when are we having a bottle of champagne?
So Andre, how did that, and by the way, you did one of the most outstanding jobs I've seen here. It was absolutely remarkable. So my request to be you wasn't because anything you did was even remotely deficient. In fact, it was truly masterful. I just want to know your thoughts on that presentation.
Yeah, it makes me realize that dropping out of college early and stop going to school maybe made a difference if I had learned a little more English and spent some more time in my dictionary, because the way that you put the words together is fabulous, and that's where I've spent my personal development for the last 30 years.
Yeah, that's
so I appreciate it. Feels great.
Yeah, awesome job. So let's drop in. Bella, which judge are we going to go with first? Which way you want to go?
I think let's start with Lance.
Lance, what do you have in that round? Let us start with Micah, who did an outstanding job.
Micah, great job coming back and kicking me out of the chair and getting headed the right direction. I think the biggest thing that you really got down to is she understood who and what you were able to do for her. Some of the words you used were way over my head, so that's the only thing I would have asked questions maybe on, have you ever heard of this or that when you're talking in scientific code? But that's just me, small town farm boy from Perry, Oklahoma. But that's my advice to you. I think you did a great job.
And your score is?
A 9.0.
Cool. If you need help with that concussion, come on by, man. I'll help you for free.
So I did hit my head really hard.
And for Andre,
yeah,
countdown 25.
Andre, in finance, not just women or men, but there's a lot of pain in finance for a lot of people because there is no education at a young age. And I think one of the best areas of sales without being manipulative is allowing people to feel that pain or that not knowing of something and to say it out loud. They talk themselves into the conversation of, I do need help in this area, and I never really thought about that. And
And your score is?
a 9.3.
Beautiful.
Good job, Lance. And Lance, by the way, thanks for jumping in. I know we had a wild day of 2 late cancellations, so I'm immensely grateful for everybody for being here today. And Lance, how was your day today on the Real Raw?
It was beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I'm humbled to be here. It's nice to hear other people succeeding in the world together.
That's awesome. Receive, brother. Thank you so much for being here today. So Pamela, thank you. What do you have for Micah?
Yes, absolutely. So Micah, I love your confidence when you came in. You sounded a lot more upbeat, a lot more happy, and a lot more engaging, which I really enjoyed. I like that you broke down the amazing brains a little bit, but I think I needed more clarity because I'm not in that space. So just kind of breaking it down, like Lance said, I thought your listening was really awesome, and you brought up your authority when you were mentioning Oracle. So overall, I thought you did a great job. So I would just say break it down a little bit more for non-scientists.
And your score is?
Score 9.5.
Nice. And for Andre, count down 25 seconds.
Andre, I thought you did a fabulous job. You're very clear in communicating, and you were engaging extremely well. I would just say a little bit more clarity on the business side, maybe because I'm not in the financial markets, and I just like the ask. I always, as an entrepreneur, I'm always thinking about logistics and like, how does this add value to my life? So I would say if we can like put that in like a sentence, that would probably be the best. And that you need a little bit more curiosity, and it was a little bit too salesy, but I thought overall you did a wonderful job.
Awesome.
And your score?
9.5.
Nice.
And Ranjana?
Which should I start with?
Let's go with Micah.
Micah, yeah. Micah, you definitely stepped up your game this time. I really love your presentation, and you speak some of the same language as I, because I'm all in the same field. So I did understand your communication, what your outcome was. You were really clear on that with Bella, and also you really you knew where you were heading with the conversation. And one distinction I want to say: if you want a business meeting on that level, I would invite her out for business lunch and not a coffee.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Did you give a score?
Yes, you definitely moved up to a 9.5.
Nice.
Yeah.
And for Andre, I'm sorry.
Hi, Andre. You also beat this game this time, and I really loved the conversation you had with Bella. And you also get much more clarity, your speech, and you were listening more to what she was saying. The conversation went smoothly. But also, again, a little bit more clarity on your business. What is it you really do? But you definitely also moved up the ladder. I really enjoyed the conversation you had, and you made it to the top.
And your score?
9.8.
Very nice. And Ranjana, how was today for you? Thank you so much for being here all the way from Copenhagen. And how was your day today?
It's absolutely an honor, and I appreciate to be in this community, because I know that more people, we can impact the world on a such higher level, and seeing your beautiful faces here and listen to what you're saying, how can we support and level up. I really love that, and it's my first time here, and I appreciate the opportunity, and I will be back on Monday with Nicole. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm also here to learn and listen and to grow. So I really appreciate the opportunity. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Beautiful job. Appreciate you very, very much. And Pamela, how was your day today on the Real Raw?
My day was lovely. Just, on the judging side, trying to figure out, what to look for and getting a little bit more masterful at that and observing. I can do it so well in person, but over Zoom, it's a little bit more difficult. But I thought this was a beautiful experience. Sean, Bella, you guys are absolutely out of this world amazing. And creating this sort of platform is so incredible. I mean, look, we get to connect with people all over the world, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. And it's just really interesting to study. And like Sean, the way that you put your pitch together was absolutely out of this world, how you really engage and you strike emotional chords when you speak. And I think that empathy was a lot for sales pitches. When you were speaking with Andre, I thought that was masterful, and that was absolutely beautiful. So I learned a lot today. Thank you so much for having me. You are all out of this. Thank you.
Andre, thank you so much for being here. What an outstanding job you did today. True emotional resonance, depth of listening, congruence, emotional, energetic transference, all on point, matching and mirroring. Fantastic job. How was today for you?
It was great. It was interesting as I watched some of the Unblinded from the past to kind of get a feel for beyond just the intro, watching the different ways that happen. And to this day, I still get nervous every time I get up in front of a stage, and I've been doing this for 10 years. And it's not nervousness, it's excitement. And it's fun to transfer and just take that and take my knowledge and just slow it back down to just be simply present to what the person in front of me is needing and wanting. And sometimes to some of your points, my conversation never gets to money. It's simple, like, hey, you're loved and you can do this and you can make this change in your world. And if that's all that person needs to hear that day. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity. It was fabulous. And thank you for the feedback. It's really nice to hear that, lay it down into the specifics. And usually I do have 3 hours on an airplane, not 3 minutes. And, just little drop in, little hints, and I'm one of these. And I just say the thing and wait for somebody to open the door. And it's airplanes is where it's happened the most. So thank you.
Hopefully they're not opening the door while you're in flight.
I always have a parachute in my backpack, just in.
But there's intentionality around value exchange, which is a story for a different day. But yes, because there is a need, a desperate need for what you're doing in the world, without a doubt. Great job, my friend. So Micah, love what you're up to. The brain, and working with people on brain functioning, brain optimization, just heart-centeredness. Love what you're up to, and thank you so much for being here today. How was it for you, besides all the craziness on the airplane?
Well, I appreciate it. I've never been considered a terrorist before, and I'm proud to say I think hopefully that's my only time, at least on an airline. It was very humbling, I think, in a word. I'm like immensely grateful, and certainly the rawness to it's palpable. I appreciated the feedback, watching your role play, watching Andre, hearing all the feedback from the judges, and getting to know Bella. It was a beautiful experience of seeing some weaknesses, areas I can improve, and then it was also fun to see how different approaches impact different people. I know a big part for me is I tend to be on the softer, less clear side when making these requests and going like much more organically. And as we're scaling into these other pieces, it's a little intimidating for me. So I'm really grateful to have these opportunities, because the Costa Rica trip is in March and I'm mildly intimidated.
Micah, can I offer something? Because you're incredible.
Yeah.
One, right? We never need to step into somebody else's frame ever, while being completely empathetic and loving. There is no fear. There is no rejection. These are false constructs that don't exist. There's no rejection. There's no fear. 1 and 2. There's a lot more to unpack, but there's 4 different energies, and they belong in different places during conversation. Bella, when I kick it to you for final, do you want to share those 4 energies and what they do? Are you up for that today or no?
I am up for that.
Please.
So yes, the 4 energies are 1, the first one is fun. And because fun opens listening, it gets people to like want to talk to you. Like if you enter a room, like you don't look for the most boring person to talk to, like you look for the funnest person to talk to, because they can ideally, introduce you to other people. Like, they'll engage with you versus like just standing in the corner with somebody else. So fun energy opens listening. And then aspirational energy is, what gets people to want to trust you with their journey, like that they're inspired by where you could possibly take them. And then goddess energy opens their heart and gets them to love you. And then the Zeus energy is like certainty. in that they trust you and where it is that you can take them. And so having all four energies take part into a conversation will take them on that emotional journey to connect with where you're headed.
Outstanding, Bella. Thank you. And I have never seen anybody better in a room of people than Bella Verita for varying energies, open listening, creating gravitational pull. And I've been in the biggest rooms in the world with insanely persuasive and influential people. And Bella can assimilate into environments as an outsider and become an insider rapidly, integriously, and lovingly. So Bella, acknowledge you for that. And I've seen it on the biggest stages anywhere. And final from you, my friend.
Final from me is, Micah, you talked about like wanting to go from, 6 sales meetings to 600, and there actually, is a formula for that. And someone from our team, will reach out to you and, how was your experience? And there is an opportunity to talk to our strategist on, how that formula could work for you in your business. So if that's something that you would be interested in, is I would drill the heck out of that person that calls you, like ask all the questions, like really, try to go from hello to yes with them. And then on Monday nights, we have What is the Real Raw? What is Unblinded, where Sean actually unpacks the formula and how to apply it in your business, how to go from hello to yes, the 4 energies and the 10 indispensable elements. Every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you should get an email to register for that. So you definitely want to register for that, because there's no better happy hour on the planet than Monday night with Unblinded, because we might have a little bit of fun.
And just the last 3 weeks, we had Michael Burnett, founder of Success Resources, on, amongst many other guests. We had Brittany Turner, who owns her own island with her neighbors being Richard Branson and Larry Page, which Bella and I opened that island with the first event ever on it after meeting her just a couple of days before. And then last night we had Chris Crone on, who is arguably the greatest monetizer online of anybody who owns his own convention center. And Pamela, we know through his Omni program as well. So love you guys. So thankful for being here. Bella, extraordinary job once again.
Thank you. I'm feeling a little queasy and got a bit of a headache from all the champagne. I think I'm going to go lay down.
All right. Because we are, Bella, final. We are all blind.
And just learning to see.
Well, feel better from all that champagne. Thank you all. Have a great
Thank you, everyone.